UA 3-1. Tom, if everything went your way, getting the training, coaching, nutrition, do you think you would/could be world champion?
Listen, I've just talked about how hard it is at this time and day. I don't look. I've never been in front of anybody and felt like I shouldn't be there. Do you know what I mean? Like, I remember being an amateur and like sparring certain lads, and you think to yourself, what the fuck am I doing here? This kid is just like you. Listen, you can be as confident as you want, but in the cold heart of like when it comes down to it, you asked all the necessary questions of yourself. So you're the first person to say to yourself, you're out your depth. Do you know what I mean? I've never felt out my depth with anybody, even fights that ain't gone my way. I've never felt like I couldn't land shots on them and I weren't good enough to stand in front of them. But that ain't always enough. And when you look at it, my sights ain't on. I don't think any nutrition or anything. Oh, listen, I couldn't have trained harder than what I've trained for them fights. Me and Josh had a full camp for like leading up to Saudi. I was coming off the back of the camp that I was meant to fight Lucas Brown on. Had a rest, had a week out the gym, and had a proper camp for Lucas Brown. I'm just not one of them people that's going to be walking around with a ripped up six pack, and muscles don't win fights. Like, and I eat well. I do eat well. So it weren't a case of whether I trained hard enough. It's just that he was better. He's a better fighter. You know, he's a better man on the night. I'd fight him again in a second. Hrgović was pumping me about. They were like, Majidov's team was saying like, oh, how do you compare us to Hrgović and whatever? Yeah, afterwards I said, look, just because of that's happened in 2 rounds, I ain't gonna sit here and say, oh yeah, you're much better. I said, because that ain't the case, mate. That's not the case. But going back to the question, what you're talking about, I think. Listen, I could have done more with my career if I would have took it more serious earlier. Do you know what I mean? But listen, without a shadow of a doubt, I know I will be a British champion. I know I'll be a British champion, British and Commonwealth champion, and that's the sort of level I should be fighting at. I'm not gonna keep selling myself short to these fucking Olympian monsters that that literally got death in their eyes when you look at them. I'm just gonna stick to like the Dave Allens of the world. They're who I want to fight. Like, I don't want to say, I just want to fight people that I can blow away and whatever, because I wouldn't rob the people that come out to watch me fight a taxi driver. I'm past all that. But like the good like domestic fights, I'm a good domestic level fighter. Do you know what I mean? So I think that's where I should be at, and trying to. I just want to. I want to achieve something before I leave boxing, whether what it may be, whether it be a Southern Area title, and I fight for a British title and lose, or whatever. Then at least I know. But when you have a look at the names that I have lost against, I haven't lost against domestic level fighters. Do you know what I mean? Like they're men that are destined to go on and either challenge for world titles or listen. I have no doubt in my mind that Filip Hrgović will be a world champion. No doubt at all.
CT10JJT says thoughts on Daniel Dubois.
Daniel Dubois is a brilliant fighter, a very, very good fighter. A lot to work on, but he's still very young. He'll definitely fight for a world title, wouldn't he? With the backing he's got, but I reckon he's a very good heavyweight at a very bad time to be a good heavyweight. I think this era now is going to be one of the hardest ever to ever win a world title, because when Tyson goes, you got to have a look at what's left there, and they're all very, very good contenders for a world title, being like the the Philip Hrgović
Yeah.
and everything like that. So whether he do make that world title, so I don't think he'd like be a great like unified fighter or anything. I think he'll hold a version of the world title because there ain't enough outstandingly good men to beat him to hold all the belts unless they get hold of them all at once, and then he's screwed. But I think he's good. I think the next 2 years really tell us how good he actually gonna be. Do you know what I mean?
How would you compare? You mentioned Philip Hrgović. Obviously, you boxed him as well. How would you compare the two?
Mate, they're chalk and cheese. They are chalk and cheese. Like, no, I'm not just saying this, and I've been quite vocal about it previously. He is definitely, other than Tyson Fury, who I've sparred, the best heavyweight I've stood in front of.
That's who, Hrgović.
Yeah, like scary power. I mean, scary power. I remember him hitting me on the arms, and this is the thing. When I fought Majidov, I know you don't think about this here like as a fighter, but like I was coming off of two good wins going into him, so my confidence was on a high. Subconsciously, I was walked that ring thinking I'm gonna walk straight in. He's a couple of fight novice. Never mind his amateur background. I want to walk through him, and I think that showed in me performance anyway. Like I boxed very very well against Philip. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But his power and he's clever with it. He's not just a big puncher. He's very clever at setting stuff up and like he varies jab power. Like very good fighter. Him very good fighter. Mind you, Ben Davison did warn me. He said he's fucking shit at him. He said so. Be careful. I was like, oh, listen, it's good money. I gotta go. Got family, kids. Gotta go, mate. Sorry.
Okay, and another question that we had earlier up is who's the hardest puncher that you've been in with, Tom?
Hrgović.
And that's a fighting or sparring, yeah?
Fighting, sparring. I'll tell you what it was. It was close though, because like David Price punches a lot harder in sparring than he do in fights. But
What do you think it is?
I don't know. I just think he's got the confidence to let himself go, and he knows whatever comes back ain't like we're wearing 18s or 20s. So, because I remember I'd done a lot of rounds, and when I was touching. The only reason I got caught with David was I got lazy on the inside because I know where I've done so many rounds with him. I knew if I go edge forward at him and then take half a step back, he'll go back the second time I come in exactly the same way he went back the first time. So I edged in slowly, but I was thinking too much about what I was going to do the next time I come in, and I got clipped on top of the head. And listen, Kieran stopped it a bit early. He knows that himself, but it is what it is, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Listen. I love Pricey the bits. I think he's a lovely man. So it just is what it is, isn't it? But Pricey has got one of them who's not seen the proper things, the proper benefits of what he's actually capable of. Because when you get him in sparring, like he is like another, like genuinely, he's one big, dangerous, scary man. Like I thought the fight was going to be a lot harder for while I was in there. I thought that was going to be a lot harder. I was looking towards the back end, but the fact that like I was winning some of the rounds. I think it was like 2 each up until it got stopped. I weren't expecting that because I was just ticking over, trying to keep him working until he blew a bit of steam out, until a bit of that power went away, and then look for a big push. But I think we see a lot of what David's attributes can do if if he's let settle against Dave Allen. If you're lazy in front of him, he'll stand in front of you and punch your head in all night. Do you know what I mean?
Mm.
So I just think David Price ain't seen a quarter of what he's actually capable of.
Okay. All right, mate. Well, Conor Benn is here. Better late than never, Conor. So, Tom, before we let you go, mate, what message have you got for people who are like you, probably not in bed, but in lockdown at this moment, mate? What message have you got for fans?
If you're not in bed, go back to bed. No. Listen, stay safe, stay healthy. Don't be too silly. And listen, be grateful for the time that we have got to spend with our families and be like, don't look at it so much as a curse. Look at it more as this is time to build some relationships that you might have been neglecting in the past. So listen, stay safe, stay healthy, and look after your loved ones. There
we go. Okay, Tom Little, thanks very much for stopping by, mate. You can go back to sleep now.
Yeah, God bless. See you in a bit, mate.
Cheers, mate. Bye-bye.
Yeah, bye.